trả lại đây cho nhân dân tôi quyền tự do, quyền con người, quyền được nhìn, được nghe, được nói, quyền được tròn chân lý tự do, quyền xóa bỏ độc tài độc tôn. Trả lại đây cho anh quân nhân quyền được sống đời trai hùng, quyền tự hào tự tôn nói dông là bảo vệ non nước Việt Nam, là bảo vệ dân lành Việt Nam. Trả lại đây quyền phúc quyết của toàn dân, dân biết điều gì dân cần để tự do mưu cầu hạnh phúc.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is 1:45 p.m. on Wednesday, January 15th, 2020. After 4 days performing the funeral ceremony for the Buddhist follower Min Tree and the 49th day funeral ceremony of Buddhist nun Thich Nhu Bin, I am Thich Tom Lai, and I would like to spend some time to assess the situation of Dang Trum, about the incident that happened during the last week. Recently, I received emails from people in Vietnam, and particularly people in the Dang Trum area. They were worried and asked me if there was a way to protect Sir Le Dinh Kinh family, especially his wife and children. In the past few days, there have been confessions from his children and his grandchildren that they have been tortured with injuries and broadcast on television of the Communist Party of Vietnam. Master Tom Lai, do you have any comment about this confession or not? Why recently the Hanoi Communist Party command the 47th Platoon attack on media network, websites, Facebook and YouTube to prevent the worldwide media pay attention? I invite my fellow Vietnamese and Buddhist followers to listen to my answer for questions regarding Dang Trum. Today, the topic that I present to people in Vietnam and overseas, from the past to the present day, once the Communist Party wanted to imprison or prosecute their high-ranking officers, they first striped them off of the party's membership of that particular member. Why this time Sir Le Dinh Kim, a senior party member who contributed a lot of sweat and blood to the Communist Party of Vietnam, did not have his party membership revoked but got prosecuted on the night of September 9th, 2020. They shot him and create false evidence, and now the Hanoi Communist Party are acting awkwardly. This deceitful issue had been probed by the worldwide Human Rights Watch organization, the European Union, and all the American media network. I would like to repeat so far, Hanoi Communist Party, when they wanted to eliminate their members, they had to take them to court. Then they immediately revoked the party's status with proper sentences. How come this incident is out of the norm? An ex-Communist Party member, someone who is 84 years old, with 57 years membership. He had worked so hard to contribute to the Communist Party of Vietnam, has not been deprived of membership, but have been executed in such a cruel way. That is a point we need to note. So whoever gave this execution order, but all the notice from the Ministry of Public Service, the television network, and the newspaper are completely conflicting with each other. We also need to notice this confliction. Dang Trum is a village located not far from the capital of Hanoi. It is less than half an hour drive from where Nguyen Phu Trong resides. Such an important event like this, and the supreme leader still makes no comment. As you see, normally in every free country in the world, including the United States and the United Kingdom, including China and other dictatorial countries, an event involving 3,000 armed forces and soldiers attacking a small community at 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. The supreme leader is also the general secretary of the Communist Party, still didn't make any announcement on television to make a clear statement. Please follow my analysis. Why did the Vietnamese communists mobilize police force and army to suppress an 85-year-old man with 57 years membership? Is Le Dinh Kinh a spiritual leader? In fact, to use the term spiritual leader is often used for religious leaders such as a priest or monk. The reason of calling Sir Le Dinh Kinh a spiritual leader is because he is a leader in an organization who signed a complaint with 600 to 700 people of Đông Trom because of the first compensation properties in 2017. As you remember clearly, in 2017, the Communist Party of Vietnam mobilized a force of 40 to 50 mobile police force to come to Đông Trom community to take the land. Under the leadership of Sir Le Dinh Kinh, the villagers had captured all the mobile police. Was his motive evil and reactionary? Was it his goal to kill the police or not? Well, to better understand him, let's go back to history, to the year 2017. In 2017, it was clear that Sir Le Dinh Kinh stopped the villagers from harming the mobile police task force. In fact, he talked to the mobile police officer because they were also victims of the Communist Party. They were as old as his grandchildren, so he asked them to drop their weapons and stand down. In the end, he convinced all the villagers to sign a petition for the land protection from what the people of Đông Trom had from the past. Finally, the chairman of the Hanoi People Community, Nguyen Duc Trung, went to the village and signed an immunity from 2017 until now, never to bring any army troops and police to rob the land from the people of Đông Trom. So from that time, Le Dinh Kinh was known as a spiritual leader of the people of Đông Trom community. Why did the Communist Party of Vietnam mobilize a force of 3,000 people? Each army baton has 500 soldiers. Is it overkill to mobilize 6 batons fully armed and using tear gas grenades to attack a village with about 600 to 700 people while they were in deep sleep at the 3 to 4 a.m. clock in the morning? This is the 21st century, not the time of 1945, when the Viet Minh organization overthrew the government and when Viet Minh hated everyone. They would come to someone's house, they would read a sentence, and then they executed them. Then they cut their heads off and buried them alive. That's not possible. Perhaps, from 1945 to now, the Communist Party of Vietnam still used the laws of 1945 in order to massacre the Vietnamese people. The most important point is that a senior party member has not been discharged, nor yet facing to court. The Peopleocracy has not sentenced that Mr. Le Dinh Kinh, a member of the party, has violated the law. This is the point that we need to point out to find the reason. Sir Le Dinh Kinh was not a spiritual leader of any religion, but he is leader who oppresses the land. The actions of land compensation in Đông Trom community by the Communist Hanoi in 2017. Furthermore, he is the leader of a petition consisting of 600 to 700 signatures signed by the fellows of citizens of Đông Trom community to appeal the Prime Minister and the General Secretary to the Hanoi People Committee to condemn the illegal compensation of their lands. Mr. Kin is the leader and drawing experience in 2017 when the Communists sent a mobile force of 40 to 60 to suppress their lands and failed because of the strong oppression of the people of Đông Trom. The truth is, if the people of Đông Trom were involved with the Republic of South Vietnam, I think this incident would not last until today. However, according to the understanding of Master Tom Lai, the people of Đông Trom majority are people with meritorious service to the Communist Party. Most of them had family members who sacrificed their lives in the battle against the Chinese invasion in 1979. Some had children whom died in Battlefield B, where attacking the Republic of South Vietnam. And some had children who sacrificed to the battlefield against Cambodia from 1979 to 1985. So all the people in Đông Trung community are people who have contributed labor and lives for the communist regime. Therefore, the Communist Party of Vietnam failed in 2017. The chairman of People Committee, Nguyễn Đức Trung, came over and signed an immunity confirming that the government would not rob the land of the people whom had contributed to the Communist Party. As a member of the Hanoi community, a senior party member in the political ministry, as a commissioner party, he signed a document with Mr. Le Dinh Kinh, who represent the people of Đông Trung, who were the victims of confiscation in early 2017. These Khaders who have sacrificed their bodies and lives for the communist regime. So these people are very persistent and not afraid of the Communist Party. You should remember that Sir Le Dinh Kinh was the chairman of the Đông Trung Police Department prior to his retirement. He knew the Communist Party's policies very well. Hence, the Communist Party was worried about Sir Le Dinh King's leading and guiding Đông Trung against land grabbing. All 67 provinces have land robbing, but Đông Trung is the only hotspot because this community has many families with military service to the Communist Party. In 2017, under Sir Le Ding's command, people of Đông Trung had captured all the oppressors of land grabbing. The villagers used compassion to remind the mobile task force to stop doing wrong to these military families. So this time, the Vietnamese communists are having a lucrative contract, and they know well in 2020, China will take over Vietnam, and by that time, they cannot no longer plunder any lands to sell to foreign invested companies. Therefore, they have to kill the old Le Dinh Kinh at all costs. In the night of January 9th, 2020, at 4 a.m., the Communist Party made their move and strike a silent attack. In my opinion, if the Communist Party had wisdom and well calculated, they should not have killed Le Dinh Kinh. They should have captured him and removed his party membership by setting up a so-called trial in accordance with the law that Communist Vietnam had signed with the United Nations to protect freedom of speech and rights. Vietnam is a member of the United Nations and needs to respect these human rights. Sir Le Dinh Kinh is no longer alive. All the smoke screen of throwing rocks back at police officers or placing grenades in his cadaver hands, clearly analyzed by the U.S. media and by all overseas anti-communist forums. These wounds will never be healed. Don't be surprised why the Hanoi communists are so afraid of Đông Trum's issue that one day it will be exploded. They gave orders to social media sharpers, which is Baton 47, do everything to make false report against all those Facebook and YouTube channels, preventing Đông Trung from spreading. On January 17, 2020, the European Union have had a review of commercial trading to consider doing business with the Vietnamese communist regime. Let me remind you about the Vietnamese communists in the past. When the Minister of Public Security, Tu Lam, sent his agent to Germany, he arrested Trinh Dung Tan illegally, violating Germany's sovereignty. At that time, the European Union, led by Germany, the European Union decided to have a new resolution to review the commercial trading of Vietnam annually instead of every 5 years because of this kidnapping of Trinh Dung Tan. That was a treaty that all these purchases to be is fair under international law. The Vietnamese communists were not allowed to take Chinese communist goods, then stamp them made in Vietnam to export to Europe to tip the scale of European market. The second condition is that the European Union does not do business in any country that violates and suppresses human rights, or imprison citizens who speak out about the environmental protection, freedom of speech, defending freedom of religion, and so on. The report of Human Rights Watch listed the Vietnamese communists as the top 10 countries that violate human rights, following China and North Korea. The European Union will have their review on January 17, 2020. They are trading with Hanoi, but they do not do business with countries with dictatorial character or with terrorist government. They trade with countries that respect human rights. does not terrorize the people and respect the laws that give people fair legal court, such as not guilty until proven. The European Union reserved tax privileges to these countries. But now, Vietnamese communists have become a nation that governs the people like the medieval law, the same laws as 1945 reforming the land, killing and shooting as they please. A police officer can kill people without any jurisdictional judgment. Sometimes an officer can kill innocent people and even receive medal as long as he is a party member. Because of Dong Trum's event, all trading companies from Europe realized that an elderly Communist Party member with 57 years of serving who sacrificed so much for the Communist Party were prosecuted like that. How would an ordinary people be suppressed? If you don't believe me, do a Google search about human rights. You will see Vietnam is listed as the top 10 dictatorial countries in the world that suppress human rights. Therefore, the communists are afraid of the voice of the overseas media and Vietnamese overseas. You know that when a major incident occurs in the world, all the media will watch it. Intelligence agencies of the European Union are present throughout the world, even in Vietnam. Calls or video footage of the prosecution of fellow citizens in Dong Trom have spread worldwide in Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, and Tibet. All teams that follow the situation in the world have interpreters. This is evidence from them to know that the Vietnamese communists does not respect human rights and respect what they signed. So on January 17, 2020, there are still a few more days for me to call on fellow citizens of Dong Trom, especially the family of Mr. Le Dinh Kinh and all his descendants. His son and grandson, Le Dinh Kim's face was covered with wounds and have evidence of few days in communist prison. They were brutally beaten and tortured by the Viet Cong police. The Communist Party of Vietnam has in recent years signed a treaty not to torture prisoner and to enforce prisoner in any form. We are not surprised by the low political and cultural level of the communist and police officers. They impatiently put the images of Le Dinh Kim's son and grandson on television to make the report of the crime. If they were wise, they should not torture and should dress the prisoner nicely. At that time, the world was reviewing the status and prestige of Viet Cong. On the contrary, they foolishly applied the form of beaten and interrogation. They put on their television again to make it clear to the world they use violence and torture. Everyone, including world observers, human rights defenders, or consulates in Hanoi would see the bruises and wounds still visible on the face of their grandchildren. Unless they are stupid. Le Dinh King's house is also a proof of human rights violation by torturing prisoners for testimony. Meanwhile, the Vietnamese communists each year stand in front of the human rights world. The Vietnamese ambassador denied that the Vietnamese Communist police use torture to testify. This is a stupid act of the communist regime to let the world see them as terrorists and dictatorial government in using violence to coerce innocent people. So you can be assured that the current communists are very worried because they are being watched by the world, not only the European Union, but also the world. The U.S. government has signed a contract with the General Announcement and signed with the Hanoi Communists. The first rule does not do business with the dictatorial party country. Second, the United States does not do business with countries that beat or detain prisoners of conscience, bloggers, or people who speak on Facebook for environmental protection for unjust people, pointing out communist misconduct. Religious affairs are being prosecuted in Vietnam. These people are being captured by the communists. The number of so-called political prisoners is up to 500 people. The United States requires that the Vietnamese Communist regime that in 2020 not only release Tran Thi Nga but also release all prisoners of conscience who have used their voice to fight and condemn. The communists have pledged to the United Nations and the U.S. government to respect freedom of speech, freedom of threshold, and freedom of movement. Meanwhile, they have committed serious violation. In 2020, the Vietnamese communists will be dragged to the world and answered by Human Rights Watch, European Union, and the United States Human Rights Protection Committee. What should we do now? There are people in the country telling me that there are clips that they have shot with their smartphones that they cannot upload. People in Dong Tram community brought these videos to Saigon and uploaded them online. These people are currently under arrest. For example, a reporter used a hidden camera he met and an interview with Le Dinh Kinh wife. She briefly told him how she was slapped and beaten by the police. He is the Vietnamese Communist Party reporter, and he is now in prison. So there are many clips in the country that haven't been uploaded yet. How can we save for the people of Dong Tram? Not only the family of Dong Tram was robbed of land, but he was also a spiritual leader. A letter with 600 to 700 people agreeing to sign a complaint about human rights violation and the plundering of Dong Tram people in 2017. As of January 15, 2020, these Dong Tram people say police are still surrounding them. Recently, the funeral of Mr. Le Dinh Kim took place very solemnly. A man who had lost his position, a person whose Vietnamese Communist Party had been used without appreciation, and also an anti-police component on duty. Why do so many people attend to his funeral? In that land, there have never been a funeral of retired officials loved by the people. So at this point, you need to pay attention. There are many ways you can protect your family and property. All the videos you have recorded, try to put them in a USB stick and upload them to the website. Then have your friends and family send them overseas to any organization or any media leader. Perhaps US or Vietnamese websites or anti-communist websites and Voices for the People. Either way, you need to find a way, and currently I do not want to name any accounts because once I state an account, it will be attacked and reported by Force 47. People in Dong Tram said that they do not have education. How can they communicate and transmit information? Currently in the country, there is between 100 to 1,000 lawyers who are spreading their arms and are willing to do something for the people. But for the sake of their safety, I cannot say their name. So you have to figure out for yourself and know that there are many lawyers who are willing to make complaints that are followed by Vietnamese law and international laws. People then try to make these complaints to all the websites and mailing on Google and forward them to ABC, Fox, and CNN. It can also be transferred to anti-communist people and overseas patriot forums such as Lisa Pham, Trúc Quốc Quý, and Thân Sam Set Quý Đức, Rose Dow, and Master Thong Lai. Everyone, please convey to these forums. We must find ways to deliver the evidence in the letter of complaints. Once received, I and other forums will make it publicly available and post it online. We will then forward all to Human Rights Watch, the European Union, the United States Human Rights Commission. We will deliver it all to reputable agencies. So you must be careful to preserve the evidence, images of the police attacking Dong Tram on September 1, 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, all the videos have been delivered to the U.S. communication system is here. Representatives of Human Rights Watch, and representatives of the European Union are in Saigon. They demand that the Vietnamese government take them to Dong Tram community for them to investigate the truth. The Vietnamese Communist government of Hanoi said that because the people of Dong Tram were like terrorists and advised these organizations not to go there. Vietcom advised them it was dangerous because the people there were always against the government. They said that the people were reactionaries and criminals, so that these special envoys should not go there. In contrast, European Union journalists and human rights say that they want to go there for their independent investigation to determine if Sir Le Dinh Kim and Dong Tram residents are terrorists. who have committed unspeakable crimes, like they have said, who disobey the Vietnamese Communist law. These journalists then will report back to the United Nations with a non-biased report. However, the Vietnamese communists are very ferocious. They claim Đông Trump residents are dangerous criminals whom's holding grenades and hit police officers. They did not allow any journalists or human rights organization to invest independently. When these investigators report back to their headquarters how they were not allowed to have their own investigation, the world then can make their own judgment about right and wrong. So once again, I ask overseas Vietnamese who have patriotic hearts, we must continue to speak out about Đông Trump. The incident in Đông Trump is a wound that directly affects the world. A senior party whom served the Communist Party with sweat and blood, the way he was treated like that. All other party members will identify whom their enemies are. Thereby, it directly affects those who are serving in the Communist Army and police. Once again, I appreciate the Overseas Forum and for providing patriotic news. Lawyers with a kind heart in every way, you have to help Đông Trump compatriots by recording the complaint letter and posting it to the media website through all your emails. With the qualifications of a lawyer, you are eligible to communicate and translate. Spirit of the people of Đông Trump and the spirit of Mr. Le Dinh Kinh is a spirit that the Vietnamese people need for the dissolution of the communist regime. Today, Hanoi communists are reviewed by the world as a terrorist organization, a government that does not respect the law. As an individual, you love someone with honesty. You would not marry to someone that is a thief or someone not respecting human rights. Other countries around the world are the same way. They don't do business and will not interact with countries that violate human rights. Hanoi communists are confusing and afraid. Đông Trump is the communist wound, and once these wounds crack, it will cause the communists to collapse. The communists are not afraid of the overseas Vietnamese oppressing them. They are not afraid of the Republic of Vietnam against them. When the communists collapse, the communists will flee. When the soldiers who are serving in the country had their parents in Đông Trump community, they would know what to do. Certainly, they could not be loyal to the party. Not only Đông Trump in general, but also many other regions. The spirit of the communists are now in panic because of their foolish deeds. Some of my disciples who have children working in the Communist Party have said that the Communist Party are blaming each other for not facing Le Dinh Kinh to put him in a prison like Trần Quý Đức Trúc, Nguyễn Thị Nga, or Mother Mushroom, and then go to court to create false evidence. After that, they should make him face the court of law. They create fake evidence in trial. They should sentence him according with international law. Imprison Sir Le Dinh Kinh for a year to calm the people. Unfortunately, Sir Le Dinh Kinh is no longer alive. They fired 4 shots at an 85-year-old man. A senior party member once commanded with C rank. Funny thing is, they claim that when he was shot with 4 bullets, he ran home with a grenade ready to be thrown at the police. This was like the summer of 1972 when the United States launched an air campaign in Hanoi. A pilot of the Vietnamese Communist Nam parked his plane on a cloud, turned off the engine and waited for the bomber B-52 fly by and shot it down. Or another female cadet using her flesh to prevent American M48 tanks and an American M144 and M13 tank to save her camper. I think that girl should stop American tanks. Without fighting, she became a Superman on any planet. Please continue to identify and collect evidence, documents of letter from the Đông Trump families or families whom signed in the petition of 2017. Forward your signed petition to patriotic lawyers who still have the hearts of their compatriots. Have these lawyers forward these clips overseas, and we will pass them on to all agencies that have pressure on the Communist Organization of the European Union to protect human rights, to monitor the human rights of the United States, so that we can protect the concentric people who once contribute to the blood of the people of the same mind. And now I have identified the most obvious enemy. It's not the United States. It's not the Republic of Vietnam, but it is the communists. Hanoi and the people who helped the Dong Trom Vietnamese National Forum in the United States. Sincerely yours, Master Tông Lai.
Công an nổi vẫn còn bao vây, và vừa qua cái đám tang của cụ Lê Đình Kình đã diễn ra rất là
đây cho nhân dân tôi quyền tự do, quyền con người, quyền được nhìn, được nghe, được nói, quyền được tròn chân lý tự do, quyền xóa bỏ độc tài độc tôn. Trả lại đây cho anh quân nhân quyền được sống đời trai hùng, quyền tự hào tự tôn nói dông, là bảo vệ non nước Việt Nam, là bảo vệ dân lành Việt Nam. Trả lại đây quyền phúc quyết của toàn dân, dân biết điều gì dân cần để tự do mưu cầu hạnh phúc. Trả lại đây quyền chính đáng của người dân, dân biết chọn gì cho mình, cho thái bình non nước Việt Nam. Trả lại đây cho nhân dân tôi quyền tự do, quyền con người, quyền được nhìn, được nghe, được nói, quyền được chọn chân lý tự do, quyền xóa bỏ độc tài độc tôn. Trả lại đây cho anh quân nhân quyền được sống đời trai hùng, quyền tự hào tự tôn nói dông, là bảo vệ non nước Việt Nam, là bảo vệ dân lành Việt Nam. Trả lại đây quyền phúc quyết của toàn dân, dân biết điều gì dân cần để tự do mưu cầu hạnh phúc. Trả lại đây quyền chính đáng của người dân, dân biết chọn gì cho mình, cho thái bình non nước Việt Nam. Trả lại đây quyền phúc quyết của toàn dân, dân biết điều gì dân cần để tự do mưu cầu hạnh phúc. Trả lại đây quyền chính đáng của người dân, dân biết chọn gì cho mình, cho thái bình non nước Việt Nam. Trả lại đây quyền phúc quyết của toàn dân, dân biết điều gì dân cần để tự do mưu cầu hạnh phúc. Trả lại đây quyền chính đáng của người dân, dân biết chọn gì cho mình, cho thái bình non nước Việt Nam.
bầu ở quê nhà và hải ngoại đang thưởng thức nhạc phẩm Chúng Đi Buông của nhạc sĩ Phan Văn Hưng.
Là cái vết thương của Đảng Cộng sản, và cái vết thương này nó sẽ lở loét để mà toàn thể cái chính quyền Cộng sản sẽ bị sụp đổ. Cộng sản nó không sợ người quốc gia chúng ta chống nó không sợ người Việt Nam Cộng Hòa chúng ta chống nó, có sợ nhưng mà không sợ bằng những cán bộ lão thành ở trong câu lạc bộ kháng chiến, nó không sợ bằng những cái người mà đã từng hy sinh xương máu. Bây giờ nhìn lại cái đồng chí của họ là ông Lê Đình Kinh đã bị đối xử như thế, và họ sẽ xét lại. Và hiện tại dưới cái tinh thần này, khi mà Tàu Cộng sụp đổ, Việt Cộng bỏ chạy, thì những người lính mà đang phục vụ trong quân đội, họ là có cha có mẹ ở tại xã Đồng Tâm, họ sẽ biết làm cái gì, và chắc chắn họ không thể nào trung thành với đảng. Và không phải chỉ có Đồng Tâm không, mà còn rất nhiều vùng nữa. Họ bây giờ tinh thần của Cộng sản đã hoảng loạn, và cái việc làm của tụi nó là việc làm ngu xuẩn. Cho nên một cái số người đệ tử của tôi, họ có con cái làm việc cho Cộng sản, họ đã nói rằng Cộng sản đã bây giờ trách cứ lẫn nhau. Hồi đó tại sao không bắt cái thằng Lê Đình Kinh rồi tống vào tù, nhốt như Trần Huỳnh Di Thức, nhốt như Trần Thị Nga, nhốt như mẹ Nắm. Rồi sau đó đó, khi mà quốc tế mà biết rồi đó, thì mình lại bắt đầu mình ra tòa, rồi mình tạo chứng cớ giả, rồi mình có một cuộc xét xử để mà hợp pháp, hợp hiến, hợp với công pháp quốc tế. Rồi cái mình nhốt nó 1 năm để mình xoa dịu cái sự phân quốc của gia đình của Lê Đình Kình. Rồi sau đó mình lại cho nó như ra nước ngoài theo cái sự áp lực của quốc tế. Như vậy á, thì mình còn giải đáp được. Đằng này giết Lê Đình Kình, rồi bắn 4 phát súng, rồi một cái người già 85 tuổi, một cụ đảng viên cao cấp đã từng chỉ huy các cái chức vụ là từ coi như C trưởng cho tới sư trưởng mà không biết làm sao mà bắn 4 viên đạn rồi mà lại còn có thể chạy về nhà để mà cầm cái lựu đạn để chuẩn bị quăng vào công an. Cái chuyện này giống như là cái chuyện mà mùa hè năm 72 khi mà Hoa Kỳ mở chiến dịch không kích ở Hà Nội, coi như phi công của Cộng sản Việt Nam đã lái MiG-17 lên trên mây rồi núp trên mây tắt máy chờ B-52 bay lại để mà bắn. Và cũng giống như có một người phụ nữ anh hùng của Cộng sản Việt Nam đã 9 lần dùng cái thân mạng của mình bằng da bằng thịt để ngăn cản chiến xa M48 của Hoa Kỳ và chiến xa M44 và M113 của Mỹ Ngụy để mà cứu sống cho hàng trăm hàng ngàn những du kích quân. Tôi nghĩ rằng cái cô du kích đó mà cổ có thể ngăn cản coi như cái bánh xích của xe tăng Hoa Kỳ thì cô đó không cần chiến đấu mà cô đó trở thành ra là coi như một siêu nhân ở một hành tinh nào. Cho nên bây giờ chúng ta phải tiếp tục nhận định, cung cấp bằng chứng vi phạm nhân quyền, viết những lá thơ khiếu nại từ gia đình của Lê Đình Kình, từ những gia đình của đồng bào, những người đã ký cái bản đồng thuận vào năm 2017, tiếp tục chuyển cái bản đó ra. Quý vị đã có cái bản đồng thuận năm 2017, photo ra và làm những cái bản mới, chuyển đạt cho các luật sư yêu nước, luật sư có trái tim vì nhân loại, vì đồng bào bị áp bức. Họ sẽ đủ trình độ trí thức để họ chuyển ra hải ngoại và chúng tôi sẽ chuyển đạt cái đó lên tất cả các cơ quan có áp lực với Cộng sản là Tổ chức Liên hiệp Âu Châu, Human Rights Watch, cơ quan bảo vệ nhân quyền và Tổ chức theo dõi nhân quyền của Hoa Kỳ để mà chúng tôi bảo vệ những đồng bào đồng tâm, những người đã từng một thời đóng góp xương máu và chính là nhân dân đồng tâm là bây giờ người đã nhận diện kẻ thù rõ ràng nhất không phải là Hoa Kỳ, không phải là Việt Nam Cộng Hòa mà chính là Cộng sản Hà Nội. Và những người giúp đỡ cho đồng bào đồng tâm, giúp đỡ cho gia đình của Lê Đình Kình chính là những người Việt tị nạn, những diễn đàn của người Việt quốc gia tại Hoa Kỳ. Trân trọng kính chào quý vị.